Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As many of you would have heard that AI agents are in very much demand nowadays. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build your first AI agent using a very simple implementation. In this video, first of all, I'm going to explain you what is the major difference between generative AI like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and the AI agents. So the major difference between the generative AI and AI agents is that generative AI can just grab or can just generate the information for us, while AI agents can actually generate the information and it will also do that particular task for us. For example, in this AI task assistant, I have several options like smart email assistant. So when I will write my prompt here, it is going to generate me an email and then it will also send an email from my behalf. But if it was just a generative AI, not the AI agent, it would have just generated the email then I had to go manually to my Gmail or Outlook and then I had to send an email to that person, right? So that task is automated. So this is the major difference. Generative AI generates the information for us, while AI agents can actually perform that task for us. Everything will be automated with the help of AI agents. Okay, so let me first of all just give you a quick demo of our AI task assistant that I'll be covering in this video. So let's say I want to send invitation to someone for coffee or for joining a party, right? So I will say, write an email to Jack at jixpatel7624@gmail.com for inviting him in the party. Okay, that's all I needed to write. Then I will click on generate email. Okay, and then I can have one more look of how the email will look like, right? And then I will click on confirm and send, right? It is showing me that email has been sent successfully. Let's just go to gmail.com and see if that email has been generated or not. Okay. So I will click on refresh once again, and then it is showing me that, hi Jack, I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to personally invite you to join us at the party we are hosting this weekend. So in short, it has generated an email for me and it has also sent an email from my behalf. Okay, the next thing we have here in our AI agent is the search the web search functionality, right? So for example, I just want to check London weather, right? So I will just click on search and summarize. So what this is going to do, it will open the web page for us with the search London weather, and then it is also going to summarize all the information that it has been generated through the web page, right? So I'll click on search and summarize. Okay, I can see the web page is open and it has also summarized the entire search results in my interface. Okay, so that is just so awesome. One more thing we have, like we have few more things here. We have open file, right? So personally, I found this very useful because sometimes I lost some of the documents in my computer and I do not remember where I saved it, right? So in this, I will just type the name of the document and then it is going to go and grab the document and it will open it for me, right? So for example, I just want to see the sprint plan docs doc sprint plan.doc. So now it is going to perform a search inside my laptop. It will find this document and it will be opened automatically with the help of this AI. Okay, so I'll click on open file. Okay, so there you go. So as you can see, the sprint plan document is opened. Okay, so next thing we have is ask AI anything. So this is just going to work like a conventional generative AI chatbot. So there's nothing new in this one. Let's say explain AI agents to me, and let's try to get an answer for this. So now it has given me all the things that we needed to know regarding the AI agents. So basically, it has generated an information with the help of the APIs, the chat, the LLM API that we are defining within our AI agent. Okay, so we also have we also have this to summarize our any text. So let's say if something is very very complex, you can just paste this here, and then it will explain it to you with easier and simpler language. Okay, so this is how the main idea of our AI agent looks like. So now let me walk you through the code, and I will show you step by step how you can implement this particular thing within your system as well. All right. So, firstly, you need to find an API key for any LLM. It can be anything. It can be OpenAI. It can be Anthropic API key. But all of this are not free anymore. They used to provide free tier services, like OpenAI used to have open tier services before, but now they have stopped it. So I have found this amazing platform called Groq Cloud, where you can go and get the API key for any chatbots. So all you have to do is go to console.groq.com and then click on API keys, and then click on create API key, of course, and then you will have this API key generated. So all you need to do is grab this API key and use it within your AI agent. Okay, so you can grab the API key from here. Now let me go through the code. So this is how the folder structure will look like. It is just a basic Python folder structure where you will put all the scripts inside tools, and then I have agent.py. I also have main.py, which will be responsible for creating the interface and displaying it everything on UI, right? And then I also have streamlit underscore app.py. So this interface that I showed you here, it was a streamlit app. So it is going to have lots of HTML and JavaScript code. If I open this here, this code is pretty big. I think it's around 542 lines of the code. So it will be pretty unpractical to explain each and everything for this Streamlit app. So instead, I have also created this main.py. It is just a CLI command line interface, which is going to implement our AI agent using CLI. Okay, so that we have this here. So very first thing you need to do is you need to go and install all of these libraries, right? So we have all of these different libraries and dependencies that we need to install. You do not have to worry about this. I have put this code on my GitHub. So all you need to do is go to that repository, grab this requirements.txt, and install this all libraries within your local system. Okay, so this is pretty much clear as well. One more thing you need to do here is you will have to put all of your API key, email username, email password within your .env file. You're not supposed to share it with anyone. I have just created this dummy API keys and dummy username for the implementation. So I'm also going to delete it once the video is recorded. Okay, so everything looks clear till now. Let's go to agent.py. So first thing you need to do is go and create agent.py. This is a very simple Python script which is going to grab the model from Groq API, and it will also specify which model we want to use. So personally, I have found this model very useful because there are some of the models out there which are probably better than this, but they would probably more they'll probably take more computation power for your laptop. So I have found this model to be pretty accurate, and it's also efficient in terms of computation. So you can use this model if you want to, but otherwise you can use any model you want. Okay, so all you need to do is you have to load the environment variables here from the .env file that you have created. Then you have to specify the client. So here in client, it is just grabbing the API key that we have specified in our .env file. And then we have to create an ask LLM function. So ask LLM function is just going to specify which model we want to use. And then we also have to specify what will be the role. So we are just putting user as a role, and then content will be equal to prompt. So this script is going to be pretty straightforward. So here is where the main scripts will lie. Okay, so let me go through all of the scripts one by one. So this is going to display or demonstrate all the functionalities that I showed you in the demo. So first thing, we will look at email underscore tool.py. So these are all the libraries that we need to install for email underscore for this email functionality, right? So smtplib, this will be responsible for generating the email. And then from email.message, we have to import email message. And then of course we have to import OS, and then we have to import load.env in order to grab all the environment variables that we have created inside .env file. Okay, our send email function is going to be very straightforward. So we have to define message is equals to email message, and then we have to specify each and every aspect of our email separately. Like subject is equals to this. From email will be the email that we have specified in our .env file. So that will be possibly us. And then to email will be the email that we will be putting inside our prompt. And then we have to set the content with the body, right? So set content is going to grab the generated email, and it will put that generated email inside the body section of our email. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. Now this thing is just going to go and log in using our email username and email password that we have specified in .env file, and then the smtp.send message will actually go and send the email from our behalf. Okay, so send email function is going to look like this. Now we have launcher underscore tool.py. This script will be responsible to go and find the file that we are putting in our input. So if you remember, while doing the demo, I put the input as sprintplan.doc. So this script is going to go and find that sprintplan.doc within my laptop, right? So you just have to specify the directories here. So you can also specify your entire local system. So for efficiency, I have just specified 3 folders here: desktop, documents, and downloads. But you can obviously go and perform the search within your entire local system. That will be fine too. But it's just that it will take more time. That's why I have not done it here for now. Okay. So this is going to be pretty straightforward. It will go and search in these directories, and then once the files are matched, it is just going to open it using web browser.open. Okay, and this is how my launcher tool will look like. And then we have search underscore tool.py. So to perform a web search, we are going to use a DuckDuckGo API or DuckDuckGo website. So we need to specify a search URL here. So the host will be DuckDuckGo, and then this queue is equals to query.replace. That means whatever query we are putting in input, it will be inserted here within the URL. So if you remember, we put in our query London weather. So that London weather is going to be inserted inside this URL, and then it is going to perform a web search for us, right? And then this is web browser.open search URL. So this will be responsible to go and open that particular web page. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward as well. And then we also needed to summarize all the information that we received in that web page. So for that, we just have to create a variable called summary, and then we have to call this function ask underscore LLM, and then we have to put that prompt here. So search the web for this query and summarize the most relevant information. Okay, so it is just going to go and search for us, and then it will summarize all the information that we need from that web page. So this function is just going to do that. Okay, summarizer tool, we do not have anything fancy here. We just need to call the function ask underscore LLM, and then it will go and summarize that for us. So now let's go to main.py. So this is going to be our command line interface that I talked about. So we are just creating a menu here. So first will be, you can ask AI anything. Second will be to search the web. Third will be responsible for summarizing the text. Fourth will be just to send an email. Fifth will be to open file or app within your local. Sixth, smart email assistant. So smart email is something where you will put the prompt and then it is going to generate an email for you and it will automatically send an email to that particular email address all by itself. So everything is going to be automated. So that is what smart email assistant is going to do. Okay. So if choice is one, so that means we just need to call the function ask LLM because we just need an AI generated information. So for first thing in the menu, it's pretty straightforward. For the second thing, it is straightforward as well. We just need to call search web function that we have created inside this. So once we call that function, it is just going to perform the search for us and then it will go and grab all the relevant information from that particular web page. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. Third thing in the menu will be enter text to summarize. Again, we just need to call the function that we have created inside the script. Fourth will be to send email manually. So if let's say if we just want an interface where we want to send an email manually, I don't think if there is uh, anything AI generated in this particular option. So this will be just a uh, manual email sending through this interface. And there comes the fifth one, where we have to open the file just by putting a prompt. So let's say I will just type in open sprintplan.talk, then it is going to go and find that particular document within my laptop and then it will open it automatically. Okay, so file prompt, we have to define file prompt variable. So input will look something like this. So this is just a print statement. If file prompt dot lower dot starts with, okay, so this is just some cleaning that you will be doing in your file name. And then once it's done, once it has identified the file name, we will call the function open file by file name. So this will be responsible for opening that particular file that we are looking for. Okay, and then the sixth will be the smart email assistant. So in our input query, we are putting a raw prompt like describe this email task to do this, write email to this particular person about this thing. So that is how our raw prompt will look like. So first thing we need to do is we will need to match the email. Okay, so from that particular prompt, it is going to go and search for that email address using this re.search. Okay, so now we will have the email address from that prompt query. If it is not found, it will say could not find an email address in your prompt. But if it is found, it is going to create a to email variable and then it's going to match it with the actual email address that it needs to send an email to. Okay, and then once everything is done, we need to create a task description variable which will actually go and generate the email according to the prompt that we have given, right? So our body prompt will look something like this, right? The body of a professional but friendly email about this particular task. So task description is nothing but our prompt. And then our subject prompt, generate only one short professional subject line for an email address, task description. And then we have the same prompt for body and subject. And then we have to call ask LLM function for generating the body. Then we have to call ask LLM function for generating the subject as well. So once everything is done, the email will be sent automatically through the AI agent. Okay, so this is how our code implementation will look like. This is pretty straightforward. All you need to do is to call an API key and then perform some cleaning it within your input and then it will work just fine. Okay, so this is the basic idea of AI agent. Generate the information using generative AI and then let AI agent do that task for you. So this is the basic idea of AI agent. That was everything for our tutorial. I hope you have liked it. Thank you so much for watching.